Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony,
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
and every week Steve Walkart and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles that life throws our way, and we try to make comic books. And eventually, Steven, a movie. We're gonna make a friggin' movie. We're working on it.
We're gonna do the moving pitches, you see.
That's right, the moving pitches. We're getting in this. It's a new business. I know what you're thinking. It's not gonna last. Never gets a flash in the fan. We're gonna get in the moving pitches, Steven and I. Steven, but for now, we're focusing on issue 3 of our supernatural D&D inspired horror comedy Deathless. What do you want to do this week? How'd it go?
I wanted to complete page 2. I failed. I'm not even gonna call it a fuck ass. I failed. But that page is like 90% complete.
90% though, Steven, is still a failure. You failed.
Failed so hard.
Failed harder than ever. He failed. So in the show, I mean, if Steven would have succeeded, we would have gone forward with a fun, entertaining show. But instead, we're going to spend the next hour and a half to sing the fail song.
I'm thinking back and like, I can't think of a time where we've had like a clean succeed. Like not like a you know. Like all this, like
we've given ourselves. So for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. First of all, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help us out. But Steve and I have been trying to make comic books for freaking forever, for 20 years, and we failed a lot. There's been a lot of like big fails, big
fails, like catastrophic fails,
like comic book ending fails, not friendship ending fails. We've succeeded in that. We're keeping it strong here. But we have had many books that didn't succeed until we made one of our books that isn't on the wall anymore because we sold it, because we were selling out of our first book. Play It Again. It's a semi-autobiographical time travel graphic novel musical, and we made it on this show, and we worked really hard at it. And then we were like, hey, what are we gonna do next? Let's make a series. So now we're working on a series, and we have succeeded on 2 solid issues now. Now we are working on issue 3. And so when Steven says we failed, what he means is we failed this week. We failed a little. We didn't quite reach the top of the stairs that we were hoping to reach. But Steven, 90% is still a success in a way. Like you climbed those freaking stairs. So
I climbed the stairs. So I got there's a lot of panels on that page, but I've got 1, 2. 3.
I don't appreciate that tone.
It's only a 6-paneled page, but yeah, I got like 5 of the 6 panels done. I mean, it's been roughed, but like we're talking. By the way, too, today, like when I was like tightening it up and everything where I was at, I like looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. And then I noticed like Deathless, except for the first panel, had no bed sheets on his wrists or cape on his back on any of the other things they drew.
It's so funny when you do things like that. And I'm sure anyone out there who's like written a book or done anything, like whenever you notice one of those weird whenever you notice one of those weird continuity errors and you're like, I have to now go back and change so many things. My character's not wearing pants. He's not wearing pants. Like dude, that happened to me. So when I was working on that my solo attempt at my Bullet and the Beast, dude, the whole idea of the character is she's a werewolf and she's using this silver gun at one point. And she picks it up and I was like, she's supposed to have gloves on. The whole point was she has gloves on because the gun would hurt her otherwise. And I drew several pages of her holding this gun with no gloves. I had to go back and just thankfully I was just like, ooh, it's just a line here with different colors. Like,
yep, that's it.
But yeah, dude, it can be bad. But yeah, those bed sheets, look, I never would have guessed that those were like after the fact.
No, yeah, and like, well, the way I draw and the way I layer everything out, I can easily go to each layer, erase the things I want to erase and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I put those in really quick. And like, what's funny though is that bottom corner panel, I had so much detail on the back of that shirt, and then I was just like, oh wait, it's a cape. It just completely covered all the ink and cross hatching I did. And I was like, oh my God, whatever. It was like, 15 minutes on the shirt. And
I spent 3 hours just shading his back.
I Napoleon Dynamite that lip of a back. I did.
I just imagine you hyper focusing on the
Yeah.
crosshatch and getting it
Because his
just
back
right.
was like I'm like, I gotta make it look like a back. So
I'm
I had
sorry.
to like
I'm surprised I can get the text message at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, so does he have to have a cape? Like, can that cape like
can that keep
flies off
well,
the
and
cape?
I see I mean, this is basically what he's gonna look like now. Like this is Deathless
It
now.
is,
And like
yeah. This
you
is
know,
the
and it's
hero.
like
Yeah,
yeah, like it's like at least I mean, I don't know how much further we're gonna advance what he's wearing, but like this is definitely like his the entity adapting a persona now,
right.
so
Yeah,
like
he's becoming iconic.
yeah.
It's fun.
So, but anyways, but yeah, I got like 90% of it done. But I think in talking about like succeeding and failing too, like I think like our weekly goal is always to succeed with what we say we're going to do.
Yeah,
But I feel like what happens to us, and it's happened to us a lot, like we fail a lot, but we still succeed in the long run. So like I think it's like almost like important to know that like yes, even like your failures, like the ones like the things that you think you can accomplish in that day or that week or that month, even if you fall short, as long as you accomplish something on it, it still does produce the final product. It
yeah,
like
absolutely, dude. And sometimes some people accomplish other things that aren't even a 1% of what they wanted to accomplish, but are still a pretty good goal, like a pretty good
it's a
accomplishment.
pretty solid
It's a
amount of
pretty
work.
solid amount of work, and it's good for the
It's not what you like, it's the consumer.
No, Steven,
So
Steven, what I'm saying here is I wanted to sit down and work on the comic this week because I'm ahead. Like I'm ahead on the writing, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna be more ahead and work on issue 4 and get some issue 4 writing done. But I sat down and Steven, when I tell you inspiration struck and
hmm.
I just like had these idea I had an idea on how to fix the intro to the movie Stakeout. We're writing a
Hmm.
vampire breakup stakeout movie that we're gonna film together later this year, and like dude, I had like inspiration for the intro and then also how to like I had a couple quick scenes and I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this before? This is good. And I sat down and I'll tell you, dude, that particular thing doesn't happen to me a lot. Like I'm a huge planner, and you know that. Like, I sit
Hmm.
down,
You're hmm.
I'm an outliner. Like I'm not like I am a planner more than like I'll plants sometimes, but like most of the time I outline like crazy and I know exactly what has to go on every page, what goes in every scene, what goes, like I know what's gonna happen when I sit down to write the script or when I sit down to write whatever. In this case, I already have a script that I already like meticulously outlined to be a short. So now it's kind of like every once in a while I have this like weird inspiration where I'm like, oh wait, I could add this, blah, and it just like pops out. And I'm like, it's really cool to chase those particular whimsies because it's not something I get to do. So it's just like, oh, it's like
Hmm.
a fun thing that's also productive. But dude, like, so I'll say I failed writing issue 4, but I totally succeeded in like writing a lot more of the movie and making it I think a lot funnier too. Like,
Yeah, and honestly, right now, I wouldn't even consider that a failure because that's what you already have issue 3 done. So
yeah,
like issue 4 is just bonus for you. So that gives you more freedom to do whatever else whenever we are where we are. Because obviously, even though I had a slow start this year, I still want to get both 3 and 4 done this year. We want to, close Deathless
yeah, yeah.
and be able, mostly I want that freaking graphic
Dude, I
novel.
want that
I want
graphic.
that graphic novel so bad. I want to be able to put it on Amazon and then have people in other countries be able to order prints of Deathless now,
Yeah,
you
that
know?
would be incredible. I mean, we're getting there. We're gonna, we only have a couple issues left, and then
I
we're
want
going.
to be able to send that to Netflix and Hulu and be like, let's make this. Let's make this a miniseries.
Oh, that would be so awesome. Like I can't freaking wait. Like I can't wait. I can't wait to have it. And we could, I mean, once we have it all together, we could send it out to Image or wherever if we want to. We
Mm-hmm.
could be like, hey, we already have these books, but print them out. And we've really only done a couple of quick, like small runs through our Kickstarter to fund the creation of the thing, short runs. But like, we could do that. There's so much we can do with these freaking books. I can't wait. But yeah, dude, it's been crazy. I've been like really down this week. I've been
Mm.
trying to like pick myself up out of it. I'm trying to I don't know. I've been fighting it, because I don't because what sucks is it's not like one thing. It's just kind of like the big everything of it all. It's like
It's being an adult and existing and
yeah, dude, it really is.
battling all the demons and things you have to battle every day that you
Yeah.
can beat every day. But when you fight them every day, it just gets tiring and
It,
tiring and
yeah,
tiring.
it really does, dude. And And here we are. We're on episode 180 of the show. Like when I sit down, I think about it, right? And it's just like we've done 180 of these things. We've published, three, really four books that we have out in the world that people can buy. We've written all these songs and like recorded these funny like parody or covers and all this fun stuff. And then like I have like Critically Stupid going on where I get to do like D&D, and I'm trying to we have like sponsorship and all this stuff with that. And then it's like I run a movie night and trying to make I've been doing Zelda, streaming video games. Like I have like my fingers in all these different my toes in all these different pools, trying to like find something that's going to bring enough.
Isn't it funny how toes sounded way more innocent than fingers being everywhere?
It did. That's what I was going.
There was one guy that's like, "Oh, toes, that's ooh." Like he was like, it got dirtier for him when you said toes. But
I mean,
for the majority,
that's just more about him, is what I'm saying.
That's more. It's really. It was for him, really.
It was for you're welcome.
Can you imagine if someone that like watches the show every day like does have like a toe, like he's just like, oh my fucking god, are they calling me out in this damn episode? Like,
this better not awaken anything in me again. The show, it gets me every time.
Dipping my toes and everything. Oh, but my dad just watching the show.
Watching the show. He's been subscribed the whole time. Now he's like, finally, my episode, an episode for me.
I want to say, I don't think we've said this story yet, but maybe we did last time we were on Don't Make It Weird. But I think I should tell the foot story next time we go on their show. Unless I did. Did I do it?
You told the ninja story. Did you also tell?
I don't think we told the foot story.
Dude, I thought I told the car, me being run over story, but it was because I planned on telling that story on Don't Make It Weird before we decided to let you do the story time, remember? So that was going to be one of my stories, but I ended up not doing it. So like in my head it happened. But yeah, it's so weird how memory works. What was I talking about? Oh yeah.
You have your fingers and toes and dude, like all these different things right now.
Yeah, so so I'm just like fingering and toeing all this stuff.
Toeing.
So I'm fingering and toeing everything, and I'm just like, I need to see a little like some more progress, like financially, or like something that shows that there's some sort of promise, like a light at the end of this tunnel, and it sucks because yes, of course, like I love what we're doing, and I love making the comics, and I love writing the script for the movie, and I love doing the podcast, and I really like doing all this stuff, but like I just like my work is frustrating enough to make me be like, I need to get just come on, I'm better than this, and I'm just like, it sucks, dude. It sucks to have that ambition and feel as if like I'm working beneath my potential, at all times. And it's just like, that's kind of maddening. It's maddening to kind of be, and I'm sure you feel the same way with, you work hard all day, every day, and I'm sure it's like, you're so talented and you're so smart, and it just sucks that we're in this particular, our particular pits doing
this is what we're doing,
and it's like, yeah, and it sucks because like, I like, does every NPC feel this way, or is it just like it feels like every moment is that Hercules song moment, like we're stuck in there, and like as we're taking our journey, just kind of spitting around that musical, like singing that like I have often dreamed, while we're working on our stuff, and then eventually like we are going on our hero's journey. That's what this is, but like, dang it, like what more do we have to do to show that we're capable and willing and able to slay these particular dragons or whatever they are, and it's just like, it does drive me crazy every once in a while. And then like I think it's a little worse when work is a little harder, like like I'll get to work and like someone will say something, or like one of the like now we can't wear any kind, obviously I wouldn't wear this because it says cursing on it, even though it's silly, but like we can't wear any kind of designs on our shirts at work anymore.
Has to be plain black tees now.
It just has to be like a non-design at all, so like I could wear collared shirts, but it's been getting hotter, so I'm trying to, normally I would switch to t-shirts, but
everyone watching hotter. We're in Florida people. This is what happens. Well, actually, it chilled down a little bit today. We're back in the 60s.
No, it was really nice suddenly.
It was really. It didn't get out of the 70s today, but like, dude, people are just like it's freaking like like fighting snow right now. We're like, it's already getting hot again.
Hot again. No, but it does. Like it gets hot here. Florida's it's a mess. It's a mess.
It's a mess of a state for multiple reasons.
So,
We're
but
the new Wild West.
yeah, it's true. We are. But yeah, dude. So like when work is a little bit worse, it starts to weigh on me a little bit more, and I start to feel it. And then like social media has been a little bit worse, and it's just been a
Oh,
million.
this year's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it is, dude. And like, and it's, I've gotten to the point where it's like everything kind of has me boiled over a little bit, you know? So it's like
Mhm.
everything has me spilling a little bit more than I normally would, you know? Like I normally would have, I don't even want to call it a fuse, you know, because it's not. It's just, but it feels like that. It feels like my cup runneth over with frustration of the world, you know, with the world.
Mm.
Because it's like every little comment, like anytime I make a stupid joke, if someone writes something that where either they don't get the joke or they it just like becomes twisted in some way where I'm like this social why is social media like this? It doesn't have to be like this. It was a stupid it was a silly innocent well-intended joke and like that seems to be clear and that's the and I'm like then I have to sit there and I'm like okay well what do I do with this? How do I address like what they're saying or do I just ignore it completely and then I have to live with this? And it just sucks, dude. It just sucks. And just like
It really does go back to, because I think about so many like like things that happen, responses, comments, or like tweets themselves or people's opinions. I feel like it really all just goes back to, is if you don't like something and other people do like something, just let those people like the thing they like without having to have a negative thing to say about the thing they like. Just if it you just choose not to consume it and then you just move on. Like Taylor Swift dating a football player and going to his games, just let people that like to see that like that. Just let them
yep,
enjoy that.
yep.
Why do we have to figure out if it's what are we
I
doing here? What's
yeah,
happening?
yeah, and it's this weird solipsism that we it's like you know the egocentrism where it's just like everything has to be for me all the time, and if I don't appreciate a particular thing in the way it's existing in my face at any time, I'm gonna be mad and I'm gonna try to chisel it until it's what I need it to be. And it's just like your respective cookie cutter doesn't work for everything. I'm sorry. It doesn't, you know, and like it
Mm.
never will. Not everything is for everyone. It's just not going to be that way. And even the thing that's for you isn't all going to be entirely for you every single time. Like, I mean, like, I don't, okay. Like, I watched all of Ted Lasso. You think I'm ever going to watch a game of soccer? No, I don't like soccer. I don't like soccer at all. I don't care about soccer. It does nothing for me. Did I like Ted Lasso? I freaking loved it. Right?
Hmm.
How is it possible? I watch a show completely based
Well,
around this
see,
one
Anthony, you're
thing.
doing social media wrong, because when the World Cup starts coming around, you need to be bitching about it. You need to be finding
Oh,
every detail
I
that you
will.
hate about it. And since you don't watch soccer, you need to make sure you let everyone know how bad soccer is, so that way they don't watch, because that's what it feels like social media is sometimes. Like
Yeah.
and I want to tie it to like where they're like, oh, like I'm just gonna borrow that Taylor thing, like, oh, how she's ruining the game or ruining this, and it's like ruining it for you, for everybody, which you're just including a lot of people. But anyways, I have never loved something, and then it becomes so popular that people, like other people, start loving it, and then I become like, this thing. Like, dude, Deadpool is prime example. I've
Yes.
liked Deadpool for forever, dude. I've loved Deadpool.
I'm so glad, dude. Oh my god, I'm so glad you're saying this because like I had a Facebook memory yesterday of like I think it was when the Deadpool script leaked. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember, do you remember me sitting in your living room reading that script? Like, because I remember that's exactly where I read it.
Dude,
Everyone's watching TV, and I was sitting there like reading it, and I was like, "Dude, this is amazing! I can't wait! I hope they make this." And we were talking about it forever, and like I literally went on Twitter, and I was just like, Deadpool is like one of the things that like I don't care. They can put him in everything and I'll still keep loving him.
yeah.
Like it's just so
And
good.
dude, Deadpool has literally become the Pikachu of Marvel characters in his own right. I mean, Wolverine is definitely more of the Pikachu, I would
Right.
say, but like,
Colors and everything.
yeah, colors match, everything matches. But like, Deadpool is so insane. Like, Deadpool has reached levels of commercialism and fandoms that, the greats hit. Like,
Right.
his name is a household name now. And me as a Deadpool fan I have not consumed a new piece of Deadpool and been like, oh, these new fans are ruining Deadpool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just so excited that there's more people in the world that love Deadpool, and I get to like
Yeah.
love Deadpool with them.
Mm.
Coheed and Cambria, they're fans of Coheed. They're like, oh, their new sound. Blah. And I'm just like, no, I literally love everything Coheed puts out. I am just, and all these new fans. I'm like, I'm all about this. If I can
Yeah,
like sit and
please.
talk about Coheed for 3 hours with someone, I am good with it. Like there is no negatives here for me. So I just
Yeah.
don't, it doesn't make sense to me. Like if like those moments when things like that happen are moments for us to connect, and you're choosing to
Choosing
disconnect
to
from people, and I
disconnect.
just don't
Well,
understand it.
yeah, it's incredible that rather than identifying with other people, and that's part of it where it's just like, oh wait, if you like this thing and I like this thing, but we don't like if our Venn diagrams aren't a circle, am I liking this wrong? No, you're liking this wrong. This isn't what you think it is because it can't be because you wouldn't like it because you're not me, and like so
It's
then they have to fight
crazy.
instead of acknowledging like, hey guys, nah, like that particular thing that you like is just a color in the palette that you're both using on your respective canvases to paint your the portrait of your lives. And yeah, look at you use the similar color, isn't that cool? No, oh okay, oh no, you have to shoot their canvas, or like that's crazy. But yeah, and that's yeah, but yeah, you're totally right, and that's
And
how
I
it
feel like that's what a lot of social media is. At least a lot of the drawback of social media is that people have to announce their opposing opinions in creative ways that just make it unfun for the people that announce the opposite of the said opinion. And it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
eh, like it
Well,
doesn't really happen to me that often because I don't really post anything even remotely but every now and then even I'll post something and someone's just like saying something. Like I remember when I posted a picture of Tina and I, and they're like, "Oh, for a picture of her, like you're in it a lot." And I'm like, "Well,
I
first
yeah,
of all,
dude, I remember
I
that. That
am
was
huge,
so
sir.
fun.
Like
That
my
was so
wife, my
funny.
wife is 5 foot. Like I have a picture. Like, and I don't mean huge. Oh, he's a fat guy. Like I mean, like I'm just like I'm
Yeah,
huge. My hands are big. My head is big. Like Tina is 5'1". I am like 6'3", and like Andre the Giant proportions. It's like my head's wide. I'm just big. And like there's a picture of me at a wedding with Jill and Ricky, Tina's mom and her husband. And like I'm at the same distance from the camera, and my head is like almost the size of like Ricky's torso. Like it literally looks like I'm like way closer to the camera, but I'm not. I'm just me being there. I'm just existing there. And like that comment made me be like, come on, bro. Like that's just me, man. That's like
it's just
I
me
guess
living my life.
like I just gotta shrink. I gotta shrink for these damn pictures.
It's but I mean that is a really perfect example because it's like someone just not someone just
Who
forcing
doesn't
their
even know
he
us?
doesn't know
Like,
you at
first
all
of
and he's
all.
forcing his perspective on you. It's just like, hey, I think you should do this different. Like this is my wife. Like she was there. Like she's commenting on this. What are you talking about? Like we're fine. What? What do you mean?
What is the purpose, sir?
Yeah, like what is your intention? What are you hoping to get from me? Are you just trying and I think like for me, one of the biggest frustrations is the negative intention like that to begin with. Like I think that a lot of people are willing to just say anything negative or otherwise to facilitate engagement, just whatever it may be. And like people on Twitter specifically, have like the blue checks where they get paid money, and then if they get enough engagement, they can earn money. So then they're more likely to go on there and just in a capitalistic, terrible way say whatever they want and in order to get more people's attention. So it's like, hey, they'll say whatever trash comes, can profit them in some way.
Yep. We'll
So
get responses and likes and
yeah, and
dislikes or
it
whatever.
drives me crazy because I'm like, people are willing to just say anything for engagement, and then because of that, it just becomes a huge mess, and it feels like a cage where it's like, how do you escape those people?
I
There's
think what it is like for a little bit, not that Twitter has ever been perfect, but like for a little bit there, it was a reprieve from that kind of
yeah,
energy. Like Facebook was that energy,
yeah,
and Twitter was like, oh, the ship that we jumped to, and now it's like, this is becoming what Facebook became. Why Facebook became so miserable to be on because it's just
yeah.
all these
Well,
crap takes. Like
yeah.
just
Well, it's like it's the crap takes and the willingness to engage negatively, and like not even just willingness, like eagerness to upset, like, oh, this is what I like to do. And it's like that's not really it's not fun, it's not helpful, it's not beneficial, it's not even freaking punk rock. It's just like you're trying to poke like everything you can. It's the Boomhauer of engagement, it's like you're just gonna keep, yeah, yeah. That's you're just gonna keep like hitting on people negatively. You're gonna keep just like do insult as many people as you can until someone responds and like, ha ha, got one. Now you're just like you're literally a troll, and it's like, okay, great. Why does this exist? But then Steven, I'll tell you what exists on the inverse of that are the people who farm engagement based on arguing with those particular people. So then you have people who and they're just feeding one another. We had a whole thing earlier in the internet in the early, in 2000s and stuff where it's like, don't feed the trolls. Like, it's pretty obvious. Like, if someone's a piece of garbage, you just don't respond to them. You block them and you move on. And like, for the most part, there are exceptions. Obviously, there are exceptions. There are going to be crazy people who are going to, like, I've been harassed, I've been doxxed, I've had all that stuff. However, I'm still here to say, like, the majority of people I've just blocked because they're weirdos. I just never interact with again. Like, that's it. So it's like, and that's some people think, oh, I can change them or whatever. That's not why I'm on social media. So for me, it's like a lot of that stuff is just taxing and it's exhausting.
That's why I've been like, I don't know, I've been extremely spotty on social media, and I feel bad because I have so many friendships and relationships on Twitter, and like I feel like I can't keep up anymore, and like I just want to, like, it's not like I don't know, then it makes me feel like I don't know, like I'm not being a good friend. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic, like but yeah, so but I understand it though. Like, I understand where you are mentally because you have it even more so than I do. And then like, because I might get 3,000 followers, but I mean, we do follow, like, the friends that we both have on Twitter are basically the same. It's like the same colony, but like, yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough to balance so many. I think it's just like raising children, and like being this age is it's just a difficult age to be. It feels I will say it still does feel better than that. I'm not mentally worse off than I was, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, but it does feel extremely busy. And I do feel like everything I do, I'm not doing well. You know what I'm saying is what it feels like.
Yeah, I feel similar. I do feel like I'm every once in a while I let myself get into like a place that's a little too dark, where I'm like, oh, okay, this is a little worse than I was in my 20s. Like in my 20s, I was pretty ambitious. Like I'm still ambitious now, obviously, but like I was like more optimistic, and I didn't let people or like I didn't let the failures and like or just like the difficulty of it all define me or the moment. I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll hop over this quicksand and keep trying. But I don't know, maybe it's just like mortality, maybe it's just like, I'm getting older. I don't want, like I work in retail, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore, so it's just like I'm getting older, and of course my coworkers get younger, and I'm just like, oh gosh, this is depressing, and I don't want this. And I stay here because of the convenience of it, and the time works for Atlas's schedule, and also going into anything that feels more permanent, and also feels more like a failure to me in some way. And I don't like that, and I don't appreciate that, but it's just that's how I feel. So I'm trying, like, I'm just, freaking, that's what I've been struggling with, is I'm just like, I want to do something that's going to help elevate us, just out of this position, so then I can feel more optimistic again, like I'm going, like taking those strides. And I know we are. I know that there are positive things happening, but it's just like it's hard when I experience that here, and I experience it when I'm writing and when I'm like talking to people and sharing our books. I experience that, but when I'm working, when I'm at my job, it's the same place. You know what I mean? Like I'm in the same zone. It feels like a plateau that's inescapable. Like no matter what I feel like, outside of it, because I'm just like, here I am. Like, how am I still in the same place if I feel like I'm doing so much out there? Like, how have I not escaped this? Like, I feel like I both
like go to jail for this many hours a day. Like basically.
Yeah, and it's. Dude, and it's and then there are funny, weird situations that happen. Like Steven, I'll tell you, like Steven, this week. Steven.
On Craft Store Blues.
Steven, I feel like this was severely underappreciated as the weird story that it is, and I need to share this. I don't even know if you saw this. Dude, I'm all by myself for a while. We slowed down. The store slows down. And I'm looking at my phone. I'm like on Twitter or whatever, and I see this customer walk up, and it's like an older woman, probably like mid 60s, like a little older. She comes up and she has all this stuff in her car. I'm like, I asked her if she found everything okay, and I do all the things that I do, and I smile, and like I'm checking around and just putting all the stuff in the bag, and her total comes out to like 42 something, right? I'm just like, okay, so 42.85 or whatever it is, and she takes out three $20 bills. Okay, Stephen, and this is what she says, and I'm gonna verbatim say exactly what she said, and this is what she said and how she said it. She said, God forgive me. She said, $60 make you holla. Just like that. Now, mind you, I know what you're thinking. Is this an older white woman? Yes, it was. It was 100%.
Of course it was.
Of course it was.
This sounds exactly like something my mom would say. Like, this is Debbie. This is Debbie all over it.
That's what she said. So she says, $60 make you holler. And my body freezes. Like, dude, I can't tell. I was just like, how do I respond to it? Am I supposed to laugh? And if I laugh, does she think I'm laughing? Will I condition her to think that's a good thing to say to people? She thought it was funny, but it's not funny in the way that she thinks it's funny. It's funny because it's insane. Like, it's absolutely a bonkers like response. So I was like, oh yeah, like, I don't think I said words. I just mumbled through. And then Stephen. First of all, wait, before I say this next part, Stephen, what would you imagine? What does $60 make you holla mean? Where does that come from? What would you think?
I imagine when that phrase was first uttered, it was for a larger amount than 60.
Probably. But like, Stephen, it had to be prostitution, right?
I mean, one would think. One would think it would, because what else makes you holla, right?
It's 100. So she says this thing that I can only assume is a prostitution joke, right? Like, I was like, this is the joke is you're gonna give me $60. Like, you want me to give you $60? What are we? The joke is prostitution. That's what the joke is. So I'm dying inside, right? I'm already dying inside. And then Stephen, as I'm getting her change out, she sets a little wooden cross on the counter.
Oh man.
And I say, are you giving me a cross right now? And she goes, yep. And I just started tearing from my face as I gave her the change. I was like, I don't have it in me to know how to do this properly. Okay. Like,
she was like, tempt him. And if he succeeds, give him.
I thought it's like, you're going to need Jesus after what I'm about to do to you, boy. Like, okay, look.
Remember how they never really told you what a ZJ was? Well, you're about to find out.
That's not a cross. Wait, what? You don't want to know where we put that? Oh God. Okay.
Oh goodness.
Oh goodness. But dude, so like those sort of stories, I'll miss it this much. You know what I mean? Like, but I imagine, like, at some point in my life, I'd like to be in a position where I'm writing and creating things and we're making things, and I, don't have to have a job anymore. And I think it would afford me the opportunity to like go out and do other, like, I'll be able to go to Starbucks or the bookstore.
You won't fill your social battery up at work.
Exactly.
Or spend your social battery at work.
Basically. Yeah, dude. Because that's exactly, and that's what's happening to me too.
And I think that is what happens, like, because like, as you get older, you're basically forced to accept this as your social time because
yeah,
you know what I mean? This is your social time. Get to know the people that you work with, Well, like, and that's what it is.
And it's so weird though. Like, I see them more than I see you. Like, I see those, like you're my best friend. I talk to you once a week, and like the occasional direct message and stuff. But like, I see them every day. I still don't feel like that bond with my coworkers though. Like, I don't feel like friends. I've never hung out with any of them. You know what I mean? And like, it's so weird to have that as your life. Like, and I still feel like like I still feel like my manager would like throw me to the wolves if like her boss asked her to. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of
Mhm.
those like I don't just it feels
You
so
basically feel like you're a part of a temporary alliance that's not enjoyable. Like, and there's zero benefits for this alliance. Like,
yeah,
they're benefiting, but I don't really have that many benefits. I'm just kind of existing in this alliance.
exactly. And it's yeah, and that's how it
And the leader of said alliance is Shang Tsung, so you know things are gonna go bad. I mean, like, there's no way
so
there's
bad.
gonna.
I mean I don't know. I think I would follow Shang Tsung into the into the depths of hell though. I would like
As
if I
long
get
as
the
it's
powers,
OG like 90 Shang Tsung, who
yeah,
they've put his
100%.
face in.
If he's like if he's like, you will have ice powers or a cool thing that comes out of your hand. I'm like, I mean, 100%. You kidding me? Like, I'm not gonna say no to that. I mean, I don't know. Like, if I got to choose, like, Steven, if you can make your own Mortal Kombat character, like, what would your character be?
Oh, like if I could like
Oh
create my
yeah,
own backstory
like
and
it's you.
everything.
Yeah, it's like
Ooh,
Steven, but
what's
like,
my power?
yeah,
Like,
what's
because
your
they've
power?
they've
That's the
covered a lot of powers in
yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Um, I think it'd be cool, like to like have the ability to like make people shit their pants.
That'd be pretty good, Steven.
Because like think about it like this: like one of the hardest things to do is to get through somebody's block in Mortal Kombat. But how are you
Oh,
gonna block if you're shitting your
you
pants?
can't block for shit in your pants. You know, I'm pretty sure.
Everyone's move when they shit their pants is to at least palm and cover. Don't touch. You don't touch, but
No,
you
you
like
can't touch.
you hover
You
over where
hover.
it's
You hover.
happening.
Yeah. Your
And that I
hand
mean
becomes a loose diaper. There's
it
just
does nothing. It's like,
it,
oh, this
it's
is
a
happening. It's
yeah.
really just a hand gesture of like this is me pooping my pants because it does nothing. But could you imagine just like loosening someone's bowels and then just unloading like a 10 hit combo on them? Like just
Fecality. Just,
fecality.
just yeah, that would
No,
be
no, you cannot eat before you fight this guy. This guy will ruin your
yeah,
day.
whatever.
Oh man. Oh,
Honestly,
Raicho's gonna have a horrible
Rachel's
time.
gonna have the worst. But yeah, dude. So like, work has been rough. It's been freaking sucking lately. But Steven, I'm trying really hard to just like I'm gonna like be positive. I'm gonna do what I can to like do. I'm gonna do some things that like I used to do more. Like I used to like write notes to myself a little bit and kind of like kind of plan my days a little bit better, you know, because like lately I have been I've been kind of doing like a general like I'll do this if I have time, but like sometimes I'm tired and I'm like and I excuse it and I just like let the day go by and I don't really do anything and then I feel like that's probably just slowly feeding into my lack of fulfillment or I was like I
Mhm.
need to start just like seizing those moments when I can and not just because it's convenient like I need to like plan a little bit better and still be like forgive myself when I fail and stuff but I do need to be a little bit better at that stuff because I do have time that I'm not using and I've been trying. I've been doing a lot. Like I like the streaming has been a lot of fun though. Like I've done more
That's a
stuff.
cool way to be able to play video games and still feel like you're doing something, though.
Ex-
That's something I should try to do, really.
dude, you would kill it with that. Like I,
Mhm.
because I mean you're a better gamer than I am, and I'm sure like people would love to watch you do that. Like I've been having fun playing Zelda though. It's been great. And I now have two pieces of the Triforce. I have a new sword. I killed a freaking centaur. Like I feel like like I'm way more fulfilled in my Zelda life than I am my normal life now. Like
You
I am.
succeeded in Zelda. You're succeeding in Zelda.
Oh yeah, my hero's journey is making its way in the world of Zelda. But yeah, dude. So I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to be more positive. I'm going to try to like not, uh, not deal in like the pits of the negative self talk and like live in that for too long. And honestly, a big part of it is I'm not really going to scroll on Twitter anymore. Like I'm just like
Mhm.
I'm not, and I hate it. I'm going to search for my friends. I might make a new list. That gets frustrating sometimes because like I end up making like too broad of a list and then I end up not using it. So like I'm gonna focus on like the close like the close knit colony that I have the people who would have made it this far in the episode. And like just scroll or like search for them and like look for the people who like do help bring me joy and like people I find joy in supporting one way or another so I want to focus on those things and not so much on the like the big everything of the strangers and just like general social media like it's just darkness, because that's where I find myself. And then I'm just like, I get upset. And then it's like a slot machine of misery, like I pull the lever and I just scroll until I stop on something. And like, I'm hoping it makes me
Never
happy.
hitting sevens, baby. It's always bar.
It's always every time. And that's the thing is like, I'm like, I'm miserable. I'm miserable. And then like, I finally get one. I'm like, that was good. And then it just lasts until my thumb finds another misery, another bit of misery. And I'm just like, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like this isn't, I'm not, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, like I'm not getting enough. And even when, and like, I hate to say this, but like, dude, like sometimes I'll post things and I'm like, this will be the one. This will get me some attention on social media, and like people will like this, and it'll make people's days better. And I'll get like 6 likes or something, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That was my.
Well, those 6 people's days are better.
Yeah, those 6 days. Yeah, you're right. That's true, and I should focus on them. And those are the people I should be following.
I just realized something. I'm not going to be able to record next week.
No, where are you going?
I'm going to be in New York City seeing Prize Fighter Inferno.
Wait, what are you're in New York City? Oh my God. Am I doing a solo episode next week?
Or maybe you could call me. I can maybe do a Zoom on my phone and then my audio quality, or maybe not for like the full episode, but I'll be in New York. I might even be at the Prize Fighter show when you would record though.
Oh, wow.
Which maybe that would be pretty cool. Maybe you call me just for a minute and I just like answer and then like,
that's
I'm at Prize Fighter.
Oh, that would be cool. I'll try. I'll record and we'll see if we can make that work.
I'll see. I have Zoom on my phone, so
okay. Speaking of that, so let's get to the next week, so we'll talk about that. But yeah, dude. So I'm trying to do better, and like, so moving forward, I'm gonna do my freaking best, Steven. I'm not gonna live in that quicksand anymore. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna try to be more optimistic. I'm trying to be more confident because I hear that that's a good thing and people like confidence. That's what I
think that is something that we should both tweak about ourselves. We just need to be like, we are comic book artists and writers. We are this, and like, let's just like lean into being confident but keep our humbleness.
I think so too. But like my fear, dude, is like, it seems that for a lot of people, perception is reality, or it's like, people think this thing of you, and that's what you are, and that's what they tell people, or that's whatever. And I know it shouldn't matter, but like for a lot of people, just like verbalizing confidence is arrogance. You know what I mean? Like if I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm this is really great and I'm good at this. People are like, look at them cocky motherfucker. Like, and I'm just like, and I know those people don't matter. I know that, and like I hold that true more than anything else. But it's still in the back of my head, like, I don't want people to think that of me. Like I still like, even though they're wrong, I still don't want it to happen. I still like, I wish there was some way, but it's the whole like, grant me those like serenity to know the things I can change, the things I can't.
Yeah.
Because like the truth is, those people are just going to freaking
just like whenever anybody ever asks me if I can handle some sort of concept, or this is like what I like to. I'm like, I'm not any good at drawing at all. I'm just gonna be honest. I suck. And I mean that because I don't ever want to own I have a hard time owning that kind of stuff because of that's a similar fear. I don't want someone to just bash me out of the blue for no reason.
Well, not to mention once you show confidence like that, it sets an expectation for people, where it's like, oh, well, if or it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect, it's the whole look how confident he is, but look how competent he is. I'm like, no, that's not shut up. I'm just trying to, so it's like, we have to, so we have to go forward and be, with all the humility it's appropriate to our limited, competence,
But honestly, when it comes to things that we enjoy doing, I get why we have that precursor, because I'll literally see professionals post an amazing image of a Batman Gotham City landscape, and there's always some naysayer in those comments well, that line's out of perspective and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, damn, man, if they're gonna pick apart someone that's a professional,
yeah.
And do you think that one line out of perspective means anything to this glorious, beautiful artwork that you wouldn't have even noticed that? You just probably put lines to it just to prove that it wasn't perfect. You're literally trying to disassemble the Brood Witch, and
it cannot be.
The Brood Witch cannot be disassembled.
That's what I did. But yeah,
stop taking the sun-dried tomatoes off of our love, okay?
But that's exactly what it is, and it's back again to those freaking trolls who are just doing their best to get the worst kind of engagement, and it's just frustrating. It's the frustrating cherry on a shit Sunday of, like adulthood, or it's like, gosh, can
Mm.
we just have one reprieve? Like, give me a play. Like, I need a paradise city. I need our colony to be real. Like, I need to go to a place where I'm just like, look, it doesn't have to be like marshmallow safe, but it just has to be where people are well intended at the very least. Like, don't try to hurt people. Like, yeah, it's gonna happen. We're gonna say things that people are gonna love. I'm sure someone like heard me say $60 make you holler, and they're like, you're not supposed to say that. I'm like, yeah, you don't understand the intention that I was saying with it, or how I was perceiving. I was like, I don't have time to go through this right now, and you're like, ugh. And it's all frustrating. Like, you have the opportunity to make anything worse, sure, but can we try just a little bit to make it better, or
Yeah.
or just like just try to make your life better without trying to ruin other people? And just it's all frustrating. But we're trying to be better. We're trying to just like live in the love a little bit more. And speaking of that, Stephen, it's Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So what are you doing this week? What's next?
So tomorrow I will probably stop at the local Farmer Joe's and purchase a nice cut of meat, couple cuts of nice meat, and prepare Tina a dinner.
Okay.
And then this weekend, Saturday, the kids go to grandparents, and then Sunday morning, Tina and I hop on a flight to New York City, and we are going to stay with Jimmy, who is Mike's our friend Mike, who passed away. It's his brother. We're staying with him up in Jersey, and I'm going to go see Claudio's side project, Prize Fighter Inferno, in New York City, and I'm going to get to New York City like a couple days.
That's freaking awesome. I can't wait. I you better send me all the videos. I'm gonna do the most of an episode alone next week. I guess I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best solo Anthony episode of all time. That's what I'm gonna say. So for this week, I'm gonna write some more of the comic book. I'm gonna aim for 3 pages just to like give myself like a limited, like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write 3 pages because that's something I could totally do. And then I'm gonna do something with the movie. I'm gonna start storyboarding it. I'm gonna figure out like
Nice.
like I'm gonna start
Like
storyboarding.
your shots and what you want to
Yeah,
do.
figure out like where the camera's going to be, what it's going to look like, and I'm going to use that to help me create the budget and say like what has to be in the frame, like what do I actually have to show, and like how many effects do we need, and all that stuff, and what kind of lights am I going to need and such. Because that's my next step, is like figuring out the budget, because we're going to launch a Kickstarter at some point, and I don't know, we haven't really we talked about it a little bit, but I don't know when we're supposed to do that. So I'm trying to figure out what's best. I do want to I like March 4th for something, like we haven't, obviously we don't have enough of issue 3 yet, so
To do that,
to do
we can
that.
try to do March 4th for the movie, or maybe we do. I don't know. We'll have to see what you have and what we can do, and then maybe we May the 4th be with the movie. I mean, March could work.
Yeah, I mean, well, because really, I mean, if I could build a Kickstarter,
Then
it's
the movie, yeah, then
the
everything just
whole
starts
idea
happening.
is to film, yeah, to get the funds to film a movie. We don't have to have the movie first, because I can't film the movie without the funds, so people will understand.
Yeah, you're gonna need to build costumes. You're gonna need to build
Yes.
props,
Oh God,
outfits,
there's
things
dude.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's gonna be a freaking movie. And I'm excited. But yeah, so that's what we're doing this week. Thank you all for watching. I don't have Valentine this year, but my Valentine's Day is my son's birthday, so I'm gonna be celebrating his birthday. In fact, Stephen, tonight I have to go decorate our house because it's a freaking tradition that I started doing since forever. That like the night of his, like before his birthday, I decorate the whole house in some particular theme that he chooses, and usually we don't have to record a whole podcast on the night before his birthday. So I'm like,
But
crap.
ever so often, once leap
Yeah.
days happen on some years and some things do this, that's what it happens.
So I have a whole night ahead of me, but that's fine. But yeah, so this week I don't have a Valentine, but I'm gonna decorate for a birthday party. I'm gonna give him the best birthday party I can, and then I'm gonna probably play some Zelda on Valentine's Day night, because
That sounds fun. No, that
shut
just
up.
sounds like that sounds like that sounds. Dude, Link and Zelda, they're gonna
I'm
keep you company.
That's right. I'm gonna go find what's her name, Navi, the little pixie, and she's gonna give me all the hearts.
Hey, listen.
She's gonna give me all the hearts, and she's gonna love me, and that's all I need. But I hope you all have the best week and the best Valentines, and I hope you are kind to yourself and not listening to your ridiculous negative self-talk. Because like Stephen was saying, you're amazing, and incredible, and capable, and can do all the freaking things, and
You can.
be better to yourself, because we have to
Every step is a step, towards your goal.
That's true. So
Could have worded it better, but you know what I'm trying to say.
every step,
If you walk,
is a
you're
step.
walking,
If
and
you're
you're
walking,
gonna walk
listen,
there.
I
You
appreciate
will
you.
arrive.
Someone please not the someone needs to novelize those parts, just those words, just those specific words in a book, just by Stephen Side. Just
Walk.
Walk the Walk by Steven Sack. But thank you all. Thank you for making it this far in the episode. We really do appreciate you. We freaking love you. And I'm so glad that you show up for us every week. Steven, we want to say anything to the people before we go?
I love each and every one of you, and I hope you all have glorious weeks. I know I'm going to have a glorious week. I'm going to get to see Claudio perform with his wife and with Prizefighter Inferno. It's going to be sick. I'm going to get to visit New York City. So I hope you guys get to experience the same joys that I get to experience this week.
Yeah, awesome. But thank you all. Steven, you're gonna have the best week and the best time, and I'm only a lot jealous, like super jealous. Couldn't be more jealous, Steven. Way to end the episode. But I love you, dude. I love that page that you worked on. I can't wait to see more.
Awesome.
I hope that the vacation and going to see Prize Fighter like helps, and
yeah, just alleviates some.
I think it will.
Time off work for sure. So
yeah, and then like the day after my son's birthday, I'm gonna he's gonna go with his mom for a couple days, or for a day and a half. So I'll have a day and a half to kind of like reset and like work on some things and stuff. So it's fine. I feel like we're making our way, coming out of a bad time.
We're making our way downtown, walking fast. Faces pass, and I'm homebound, baby.
And I love you. No. But thank you all. Thank you so much. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next time.
Boom. This is the after the episode. If you've stayed and watched the whole thing, I need to know just really quick. This is a very quick situation. Do you think in the Mortal Kombat movie that they made the spear come out of Scorpion's hand because that's what they thought was happening when they played the game?
Because of the glitch?
But if you really watch, he does grab from his side and throw. He's always thrown the spear from his side. So do you think it was some producer who just didn't understand what was happening in the game, or do you think they tried to be cool? That's my question.
I want to know what you guys think too. My thought is they were trying to be cool because when you watch like adaptations,
the Sub-Zero actually has powers. What when they introduced Sub-Zero, it's like, and Scorpion didn't have as many fire powers in the original game, so maybe that became more of his thing in the later games. But so maybe that's what it was. Like, let's give him like a fucking living serpent in his hand.
That was so strange. It was cool, just so strange.
It was so strange.
I think it was just probably more cinematic because, you can make it work. You know what? I'd like to see a Sam Raimi Mortal Kombat movie, with
those cuts,
because if you imagine him, because if you think about how cinematic is it to throw a spear, but you can make it work. He could be super strong and it just works out. But yeah, that thing, I think it's a cool idea. Wasn't super cool in the delivery of it.
No. They picked a weird bird beak. They could have done a dragon. Why not a dragon? Why wouldn't it be a dragon? The very symbol is a dragon.
It should have been a dragon.
Should have been the Mortal Kombat dragon if they were really trying to brand, is what they should have done.
He should have Mortal Kombat. I'm dragging you toward me. Get over here.
Dragon. Did you just imagine him score? Dragon. It's a double meaning. I'm dragging you here, and it's a dragon.
I like the idea that he says that every time he does it. Dragon. It's a double meaning. I'm dragging you here.
He says it all together one phrase as he's uppercutting you. And as you're falling from the uppercut, he's already saying it again. Dragon.
you imagine the times when you miss it?
You stammer off dragon. He blocked it. So I can't keep saying it.
Now that you say that though, Sub-Zero did have powers in the movie, but his powers were so stupid in the movie because, dude, he couldn't just be he had to Kamehameha his
this tiny little snowball.
He threw an ice cube at the end.
He's like,
It was
oh no, he's doing his thing.
he's doing it. Look what he can do. Yeah, but I'm gonna walk over to the freezer and grab some snow.
Liu Kang's like, here's a bucket of water. And then you kill yourself because you freeze the water and it impales you.